Hey, what's up? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to another video. Hope all is well. So today we're going to be taking a look at the TCL 60 XE NXTPAPER 5G smartphone. Now this smartphone is actually going to stand out from other smartphones because it's going to have a paper-like display with a matte screen on it that's going to give you properties of anti-glare, low blue light, and a paper-like material. And I definitely did enjoy using this smartphone, so I wanted to share my experience using it after about 2 weeks with my SIM card in here, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about all of the cool features that this device has to offer. But if you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through. If you're new, make sure you stay locked in to the end of the video. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So the TCL 60 XE NXTPAPER 5G actually comes in two different variants. We have a 256 model for $240, and then we have the 128 model, which is the one I have here, for $199. And so that's not the normal price. It's actually listed at $249 and $284 for each variant. So if you want to go ahead and snag this phone for a low cost, because right now it's actually on sale, then I'll make sure I leave the cheapest links down below. So let's talk about the main feature of this device, and that would be the fact that this device is going to have 4 display modes that are included: the regular color display, the max ink mode, which will be like an e-reader that'll give you long battery life and limited apps so you can actually tune out from social media. You have your ink paper mode, which is black and white ink display, and then you have your color paper mode, which is basically the color ink display, which dims down the color saturation, making it a little bit easier on your eyes. So when it comes to the color paper mode, it enhances the vibrancy for digital art and comics. The max ink mode will actually deepen the paper-like effect while extending battery life. Then you're gonna get your paper mode, which basically mimics an e-reader, and then you basically have your really standard mode for crisp, vibrant visuals for everyday tasks. It was really nice to see that TCL actually sent out an update on this device right away, updating it to the August security patch, which I was actually surprised about. So over a week of time, I have been using this device as my main smartphone, and I really have been enjoying it. I definitely think that it's going to be a solid phone when it comes to the price point, and I definitely think that this phone feels really good in the hand. I've been using it without a case, and I really like the materials that they have when it comes to this smartphone. It has like a matte back finish with a really cool design on it. You have your camera, which looks really unique, that has like this circular disc shape to it. And then you get your really vibrant screen on here with really good build quality. And so after about a week and a half of using this device without a case on it, I didn't have any scratches on the front or rear of the smartphone. So the phone doesn't have any IP rating on here, but the build quality is actually really good. I definitely like holding this device. It just feels really sturdy when gripping it in my palm, and I like the fact that it has like a narrow form factor, so when you're text messaging you can actually do that with one hand, and the haptic feedback when you're text messaging is super smooth, so I really enjoyed the experience of text messaging on here. Another fascinating thing about this device is it does have really good battery endurance, especially when you change it to the e-reader mode, which is gonna make the battery last for several days at a time. And so I definitely think that this is going to be a really good smartphone if you want to have the option to switch the displays back and forth to save battery. But it's going to give you a 5000 10 milliamp hour battery, which is going to keep you going throughout the day when you have it on the standard screen. And then it gives you 15 watts fast charging, which will get you to 100% in about 2.5 hours. So yeah, it's not going to have the fastest charging speed when it comes to a budget smartphone, but I definitely think that's not one of the reasons you're going to be picking this up. You're going to be picking this up for actually the performance, because this device does have a very good processing chip. It also does have performance mode, and one of the things I noticed is that it's going to be packing that 5G power with broadband carrier capability, powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 6300 octa-core processing chip with 8 gigabytes of RAM, 8 gigabytes of virtual memory, and then you're also going to get the 128 with expandable storage up to 2 terabytes. And I was thoroughly surprised when it came to gaming. I was actually able to get up to 14 kills playing PUBG. And I noticed when I had it on the performance mode, there was zero lag, and this phone was very responsive and quick. With every single movement on PUBG, it actually delivers really smooth gameplay. It's really good for multitasking when it comes to work and streaming. And I definitely think this is going to be a solid phone if you're looking to pick it up when it comes to performance for the value that it has to offer. I was pretty impressed with the AI features on here, because it does let you do e-signature, GIF maker, magnifying glass, split screen, as well as smart translating app, which allows you to basically conversate in multiple different languages with other people. You also do get your smart voice memo, as well as this cool feature right here called writing assist, where the AI in here actually assists you when it comes to formatting different things like emails, outlines, and helping you improve your workflow. It also does have a swipe over feature, where when you swipe right or left on the side of the screen, you get this pop out feature, which allows you to get to your shortcuts on here really quickly, sort of like the Samsung and Motorola devices have on there. And it allows you to access your apps very quickly with that side shortcut bar on here, which is going to allow you to get through different apps more efficiently. And so yeah, I definitely like the battery life on here. Charging speeds not so great, but they weren't horrible either. So I definitely think this is going to be a solid smartphone when it comes to efficiency, because you get optimization on here for the software, where it has this shortcut button that allows you to do that. You also do get your customization on here with the system colors, wallpapers, and even the backdrop colors. Animations on here when it comes to the notification panel are really smooth. They have like these boxy symmetrical shapes. They're not too big, they're not too bulky. And also the display on here was actually gorgeous outdoors, because it doesn't reflect sunlight onto your eyes, which is definitely a solid feature about this display. And one of the reasons why I really like it, it's just a really beautiful display, which is going to give you really good visuals outdoors and indoors. Another thing is that the NXTPAPER 3.0 tech, which is the paper-like anti-glare screen, reduces blue light up to 61% and helps maximize eye strain. It also has eye care assist, which adjusts brightness and color temperature based on your surroundings. It also reminds you to take breaks throughout the day, and so this is going to be good for people who like to read books on their smartphone while actually highlighting, maximizing your reading on this device is really fun to use, because you can turn it black and white, reduce the eye strain, and actually have a healthier experience when it comes to using this smartphone against your eyes. I would say 95% of the time I was getting 5G connectivity with all the bands and all the bars, and so yeah, it was definitely having good connectivity to the internet. As far as phone calls, when I had it on speakerphone, I did have to put my mouth to the bottom of the phone so that the person could hear me. It's not going to be too loud when it comes to the speaker quality when doing phone calls, so you may have to put it up to your ear if you actually want to hear the other person really well. This thing does also support nano SIM and eSIM, so it's perfect for using two numbers at once, keeping your work and personal lines separate. You also do have NFC on this thing, so you can do your mobile payments, store your digital key cards, and have that contactless access whenever you're doing transactions on this. But if you're still here, just type down in the comment section, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people and help beat the YouTube algorithm, okay? But I want you guys to stay to the end of the video, because at the end I'm going to be showing you the cameras that this thing is going to pack. I really did enjoy using the cameras, and I'll talk about that later in the video, so make sure you stay locked in to the end of the video so you could check out the camera details. But I just wanted to stress that, yeah, text messaging on this device was really fun, as it delivered a smooth typing experience, you know, and also the experience when it came to the cameras was going to be really good too, because you actually have a 50 megapixel main camera, a 5 megapixel ultra wide with a 2 megapixel depth sensor, and then it's going to actually pack a 32 megapixel front camera, which is going to give you detailed shots, actually really good depth when it comes to portraits and selfie clarity, thanks to the motion focus and AI scene optimization. Colors are going to be really good on this as well, and perfectly balanced. So obviously, yeah, the speakers are going to be one of the things that aren't the best, but they are dual speakers and they do get really loud. You know, so they're actually pretty impressive for this price point, and I didn't have any issues when I was using this thing for making phone calls or even listening to music out loud. So I did really enjoy the experience of the audio on this device overall. However, you know, when it does get louder volumes, you will notice that it loses some of the quality. The phone also does pack a side mounted fingerprint sensor, as well as a headphone jack at the bottom, which is actually excellent. So when it came to unlocking this device, it was really secure with that fingerprint sensor, and then also the facial recognition did kick in 100% of the time. In environments where the light was a little bit dim or not as bright, it did struggle a little bit when unlocking. But when it came to the camera situation on this device, I noticed that this device did give you some really rich colors and also accurate details. This is actually the wide angle camera, which has a different color palette than the main camera sensor. So yeah, that's the only thing that I noticed, is that the color temperature will actually change when you switch to the wide angle, because it has a lower pixel count, and so, you know, that's going to be usable as well. So we'll be able to get, you know, 120 degree field of view. But yeah, that main camera, the 50 megapixel camera, took some absolutely gorgeous shots when it came to the colors and the realism. I was really impressed with how well it depicted what I was looking at with such detail and you know, clarity. And so, you know, I think this device is going to also be good because it has a night mode feature, so you can take really good shots in the nighttime as well. You just have to hold it still and for a couple of seconds so that you don't shake while it's doing that nighttime photography. But yeah, the pictures on here were really good. You could actually use that macro sensor to, you know, kind of see things really up close as well. And so yeah, it does give you 4x zoom on the video and also on the pictures, and you do get a steady mode. So when you're taking photos or videos, you're going to notice that everything is just going to be super steady, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. But yeah, like this video if you found it helpful so far, but we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the video capturing on here. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below and let me know if these cameras are usable for your everyday need. Hey, what's up? So this is the TCL 60 XE. Just recording right now in 1080p. This is the standard, you know, camera. It does have steady shot, so you can get 4x zoom on this one right here, as you can see. Hey, what's going on, guys? So this is the front-facing camera on the TCL 60 XE. What I really like about this phone is that it doesn't have any glare on the screen. So whenever I'm looking at this screen, it's not going to shine back in my face or, you know, reflect sunlight back onto my eyes. So I really like that. I really like this anti-glare screen component when it comes to this phone. And so yeah, the highlight of this device is going to be that large display with the 120 Hz refresh rate that actually has the ability to transform. You also do get really good connectivity, and if you want to have all day battery life, you can actually switch the mode to the e-reader mode, which is going to make the battery last forever. This thing also does have really good connectivity, really good cameras as well, which surprised me, and even dual speakers with DTS sound. But let me know what you guys think about the TCL 60 XE in the comments, and if you're still here, just type down below I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people, and I'll hit you back.